Bienvenidos, welcome to another episode of Spain on Fork. You know, it's mid-June 2021. We've been in this pandemic for almost a year and a half, and finally, there seems to be a light at the end of the tunnel. We are almost there. All I can tell you is continue staying strong, stay positive, and eat some healthy food. Anyways, that's exactly what we're doing today. We're making a very healthy dish that's loaded with so many great flavors, yet when you eat it, it feels like a guilty pleasure. We're talking creamy garlic Spanish potatoes. This recipe is so easy to make. It's made with very simple ingredients that you can easily find at your supermarket, and it comes together in just 30 minutes. Folks, in my opinion, these are some of the most flavorsome potatoes I have ever tasted. Let's begin by grabbing 3 medium-sized new potatoes, scrubbing them clean under some cold running water, and then patting them completely dry. Now, to make this recipe, you want to use potatoes that are more waxy than starchy, such as new potatoes, Yukon Gold or Golden Delight, as they hold their shape better once they're cooked. And also, as you can see, I'm leaving the skins on the potato as it adds a beautiful rustic flavor. But if you prefer, you can peel the potatoes. Once the potatoes are ready, let's start cutting the potatoes. I like to cut each potato into 4 evenly sized quarters. Cut the quarter right down the middle. And then into pieces that are a little over 1/2 inch thick, which is 1.5 centimeters. And as you're cutting your potatoes, transfer them into a large bowl. Once all the potatoes have been cut and added into the bowl, I'm going to drizzle in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 30 milliliters. And season the potatoes with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we're going to give this a quick toss. That way that olive oil and those seasonings are evenly coating all the potatoes. Then we'll transfer the potatoes into a baking tray that's lined with parchment paper. And make sure all the potatoes are in a single layer and spaced out. That way they all evenly cook. And we'll add our baking tray into a preheated oven, bake and broil option. That's the bottom and top heat, 210 degrees Celsius, which is 410 degrees Fahrenheit. If your oven can't do both functions at the same time, just bake your potatoes for an extra 5 minutes longer than I'm baking mine, and get in there at the halfway point and flip them around. That way they're all evenly cooked. In the meantime, let's start making our creamy garlic sauce. I'm gonna grab 1 head of garlic. Remove the skins from the clove. As you know, I like to give it a quick twist as the skin is easily removed. And we'll roughly chop the cloves of garlic to end up with some small chunks. For the next step, I'm going to grab a large fry pan. You want to use a larger pan here as we're going to be adding in our roasted potatoes into the pan later on to mix them with the creamy garlic sauce. I'm going to heat it with a medium heat and add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 30 milliliters. After heating the olive oil for about 2 minutes, you don't want it to get too hot. I'm going to add in the chunks of garlic and start mixing the garlic around with the olive oil. I always like to mix this continuously, that way the garlic doesn't burn and it all evenly sautés. After about 2 to 3 minutes and that garlic is lightly sautéed, you don't want to brown it too much, I'm going to turn off the heat and let it sit here for a couple minutes, then we can come up in temperature. Then I'm going to grab 1 container of Greek yogurt at room temperature. This is 125 grams, which is about 1/2 cup. I'm going to add it into the pan with the garlic, and once again, very important, make sure your Greek yogurt's at room temperature, otherwise it can easily curd. We'll season the Greek yogurt generously with freshly cracked black pepper. The black pepper brings out an incredible flavor in the yogurt. And also, I'm not going to season this with any salt, because that's a plain Greek yogurt, so you don't really need the salt here, but if you like, you can add a little pinch of salt. And I'm going to give this a quick mix, that way all the ingredients are evenly mixed together, and then set it aside until the potatoes are done. Alright, let's move back to our potatoes. They've been in the oven between 24 to 25 minutes, and they should be perfectly cooked. I'm going to remove them from the oven. And you know, you can always tell when your potatoes are done. You just pierce them with a toothpick, and if it easily goes in, the potatoes are ready to go. For the next step, I'm going to start adding the potatoes into the pan with the creamy garlic sauce. Once all the potatoes have been added into the pan, I'm going to gently mix everything together until each piece of potato is coated in that creamy garlic sauce. Then we'll transfer our creamy potatoes into a serving dish. And for the final touches, I'm going to sprinkle some sweet smoked Spanish paprika over the potatoes. And we'll top them off with some finely chopped chives. Our creamy garlic Spanish potatoes are done. Easy to make, beautiful presentation. Let's give them a try and see how they turned out. These potatoes seriously look off the hook. Here we go. Absolutely delicious. The potatoes just melt in your mouth, but they kept their shape. And then that cream sauce with the garlic. We used the Greek yogurt instead of heavy cream, so it's so much healthier. All that garlic, the paprika, and the chives, truly an explosion of so much goodness. Easy to make, simple ingredients, the kind of dish that's gonna fill your body with so much goodness. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Hollis Helmichi, Sam Cohen, and Kent Anderson. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spin on a Fork. It's thanks to you and the rest of my patrons why Spin on a Fork continues to move forward. If you're not a patron, consider becoming one. It really helps with ingredients and equipment to continue making videos like this. You'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Smash the subscribe button. Till the next time, hasta luego.